Will not be misused. Am I running now? It's flashing red. That means it's running.
How do you decide to go more into the mosaic style for your art?
Well, I don't know, it just kind of evolved. At the time I did the first mosaic drawing combo, The Young Man with the Star of David, called Young Man with the Star of David and the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, I had never done a mosaic before. And I thought, why don't I try something like new? And then several years later I did another one, and then every few years, the last few years I've done one almost every year. And it just kind of evolved. I know some artists, galleries like that, when you do the same thing and they say, this is what this artist does, and then they start doing something else, the gallery owners actually get upset. I'm not showing these kind of works in a commercial art gallery, but so basically I'm doing my art for what meets my needs as an artist, and hopefully, I don't know, it just, it's a good question. It also brings me back to like a very short thing here. When I was in college in Carbondale, I read a book by a late British art historian called Sir Herbert Reed. The book was called To Hell with Culture, and he wrote about his belief that when people make art in whatever medium, painting, sculpting, composing symphonies, writing novels, poetry, dancing, this, that, and the other, he called it the magic of art making. And I always liked that interpretation, because people would ask me, how do you do this? I say, I don't know, I just do it. How does someone write, the great American novel? How does someone compose Shostakovich or Beethoven, whoever composed a symphony? I could never do that, but magic of art making, it fits for me. So I don't know if I'm exactly answering your question, but it just kind of, I don't know, it happens. I do have to pick a subject first and then kind of work it from there. So.
Other questions? Comments? Yes?
Could you please talk about the title of your series?
Under the Wings?
Well,
that,
but also I'm very interested and captivated by
Sightseeing?
Yes,
With dignity.
with dignity, yes. Was there a particular inspiration?
Well, with the first one, Under the Wings, I called it Under the Wings for years. Under the Wings of God, I don't know, I guess when I did the second drawing, also with wings, like the trolley and then the man on the sidewalk in the ghetto, and I don't know, I was thinking of a title and it just came to mind. I'll call it Under the Wings of God. The Sightseeing with Dignity, that was in 1991, early 92. I began the Sightseeing series in 2003 with the drawing of the slain Norwegian youth, and it just, I don't know, came to mind maybe the same way. I thought, well, sightseeing with dignity, it just seemed to fit for me. I don't know if I could explain in any way that would be coherent.
It's a great title.
Well, good, thanks.
Any other questions, comments?
You got a living artist here, you got to take advantage.
I have a question just about what Holocaust writers have inspired you to make Holocaust art. Clearly, Primo Levi is someone that you appreciate, and
Sure.
And who else?
Are you talking about survivor writers, or there are other writers who've written
Anything.
Like, for example, like I mentioned, Susan Zakati. She wrote.
Right. So here you're drawing inspiration from a historian.
Survivor,
Yes.
but,
No, I'm thinking about the way that your work touches on history, and so
yeah.
there's this the connection between your visual art and this whole world of text.
Yeah.
Some of them are histories, some of them are survivor writings.
Right.
So
There are a
I'm
bunch of them.
interested in
I
that.
have photos of all these book covers of writers, and I won't be able to give you those, like just spout them out here, but I can email you that list, and you can.
I'll report back to my
class.
students about
Yeah.
which text you were reading. Here's another question.
Yes.
I'm thinking about the images you're using. So I really like what you're doing there.
Thanks.
But many of the ghetto images are highly problematic images
How so?
because those are German images. So they're taken with the express purpose to show how bad Jews are.
you're talking about like the photos I used from the.
Yeah, so not his images, but the photo sources.
Not your,
Yes.
but the sources as such, so more and more historians have been messing around with how are we using those.
That's
So, you know, whose gaze is it, what is it selling, even if we are taking it out of that context, which you're doing.
yeah.
So there is something interesting and problematic about the images, and problematic and interesting and fascinating about how you are using them. And I'm fully aware this is not a question, but can you just go with that?
I don't know if I'll be able to answer, but I can tell you an anecdote which relates exactly to what you're saying, because someone else said something like almost identical. I think it was in 1992, the first full year of my working on the Wings series, and a now deceased couple, Benjamin and Vlatka Mead. He was the president of the American Gathering of the World Federation of Jewish Holocaust Survivors. He came to speak at a Jewish community center near Seattle. His wife Vlatka was with him. She was a Warsaw Ghetto survivor and an author who wrote about her Warsaw Ghetto and so on. And I brought, might have been 6, 7, 8 drawings. They weren't framed then. I had them backboard and acetated. And I set them up on display outside the room they were talking at this Jewish community center. And she looked at them and she said, "Oh, interesting, whatever." But she said something like, "I wish there would be a way to do images from photographs taken by Jewish people as opposed to by the Nazi soldiers." And
Yeah, because there are a few images. I mean, as you know, a few images exist that
Yeah.
were taken clandestinely
yeah, there were in several,
by
in
Jews.
some of the ghettos.
So it,
yeah. The-
it's not a big question, it's
Right.
not a criticism, it's just something I'm thinking about.
Sure.
Also because I'm a historian, because historians have started to think about those images more critically than in years past. So
Yeah.
that's
And
what
there
I'm
were,
bouncing off, yeah.
like the photographer I mentioned who filmed the Dutch train transport,
Yeah.
and he himself was murdered. And there are several others I know of. I have photographs of them, who most of them, or maybe all of them, perished.
Yeah.
But that's something for me to think about. I'm kind of slowing down doing individual drawings. In this series, I'm thinking of doing more mosaic drawing combos. But I'll keep that in mind for maybe for the next time I do a drawing of, I'll use one by a photographer who is Jewish as opposed to one of the Nazi soldiers.
This whole issue of gaze,
What's that?
the whole issue of the gaze.
That's very important. I think, given the time, I would like to suggest that we give Akiva Segan applause, but then let others stay who would maybe like to ask further questions. But thank you so much. This was just inspiring. Those of you who would like to go, please go. Anyone who wants to stay around and take advantage of the living artist, he's still here, he's still alive, feel free. Thank you for coming.